Hello. Today we're here with beautiful Dorina, who's a wonderful and very powerful woman, and she's going to share with us today. She's been so kind to say, "Yes, I'm up for it. I'm up for the challenge." I'm going to share with you guys how I turned some tough situations, some challenging situations, because that's what life is about, and turned them, and then I become this beautiful person, so empowered that I am now. With you, Dorina. Hi, beautiful.
I'm so excited.
Tell us, if you want to tell us a little bit of what your background was and how did you end up in Ireland to begin with, and then how did you turn that around?
Hi and welcome. I'm
Hi.
Dorina, and I'm the founder of beautypreneur.ie and the creator of From Nada to Prada, the business and social media training for startup businesses in the health industry. And I'm Hungarian. I live in Dublin, in Ireland, for the past 11 and a half years. And originally, I was a photographer and a certified qualified nanny and a bartender. And when I burned out from all of them, I decided to start in the beauty industry. And that's where the story got interested, because I was already in Ireland and I didn't know anything about being self-employed. I didn't know anything about the beauty industry as such. So yeah, that's when the fun started.
So you just dive into the deep end and you say, I'm going to do this, even though I don't have a clue.
Yes, pretty much.
Yeah. We have
I
a
was,
saying in Spanish which goes, jump and the floor will appear.
yes, I'm still looking for the floor. I'm still diving. And so yeah, this is in a nutshell. I don't think I was able to ever sum it up in a nutshell like this, but that's the short version of how it started, and I am here now.
Fantastic. And tell us, how did you turn something that was, I don't know anything about this, you were bound to fail, if I may put it that way. And how did you turn it around?
Um, to be honest, I have no idea. I actually have no idea, because when we were talking before this interview, and we were talking about the biggest challenge, I had so many challenges. I couldn't put a finger on one. But then I realized that, you know what, probably the biggest challenge, it was to overcome myself. Because when it started, obviously I didn't know, and for so long I didn't even realize so many things that I didn't know. And that's so many times when people failing, that's why they believe that they are failures, because they expect to know something that they have no idea that they should know about. And and that's basically the base of the failure, because how can you know something you have no idea that you even should think about? So there were so many things that came up, that okay, you didn't know it, you didn't know this, you didn't know that. And like, there are some parts that I was actually accidentally doing right, but there were so many things that I was, like, just making mistakes after mistakes after mistakes. And like, you can go for a while, like, just wing it. But when, like, when things come together and everything kind of starts crumbling, then you realize that, oh my God, there is so many things I have no idea about.
So I
And
suppose that maybe some people, they consider themselves a failure because got, they didn't achieve those expectations that they set for themselves without even being very clear about what the expectations were. Because maybe it's, oh, my expectation is that I should become a millionaire before 10 years in this industry, and not being open to think, listen, what what have other people done in this area? Have I learned all the same things that they know? Have I applied the same things that they have applied? Do I have the right mindset? Does it make sense? It's like copy those who have achieved the thing that you want to achieve. Copy it, be humble, maybe, and learn, because we cannot just get there by winging it out, winging it all. You've just said it.
No, for me, I already have a very big problem with two words in this scenario: expectations and comparing. Because because when you have expectations, you give yourself a chance to disappointment.
Yeah.
Because
They
if
should
you
be realistic to begin with, realistic and measurable.
goals, and you have to set goals, but you have to stay realistic. And so many people think that they are failure. Just for one thing, so many people are surrounded by people who are not supporting them because they wouldn't dare to dream big enough. And if you are trying to dream big because you, for some miraculous reason, you believe and you think that you were destined to something bigger, and if you are surrounded with the less passionate people, then they can talk you out. And of course,
Mm.
because you love them and because you care about what they think, you believe that. And then your goals are like start to seem unrealistic, but they are not. It's your dreams and not theirs. And you're just gonna have to go and try. And most of the time there is a very good expression. It's not mine, I'm not that smart, but you are not a failure because you failed. You are a failure when you stop trying. Just because I have made
Mm.
millions of mistakes in the business, in my private life, in my love life, in my health, that doesn't mean that I'm a failure. It means that I'm so heck of a smart woman now, because like I know so many things and so many ways that it doesn't work. I'm still
Yeah.
not really sure that, like, how is this shit working? But I'm on the right track. I'm about to find out very, very soon. So
Yeah. The more we try, the closer we are to success. But we need to be very sure that we know what success looks like for us. So it's about defining things properly.
and the only person, I always say that the only person you have to compare yourself to is the person you were yesterday, the person you were a week ago, the person you were a month ago, because this is when you see your growth.
Mm.
So, like, I was down in the gym this morning. I'm not comparing myself to the spin instructor, because, yes, I would feel awful. But I'm comparing myself to the person I was a year ago, who actually had to come off the bike after 20 minutes because I said, like, if I'm not going to take off and just go to the changing room, I may die. And now I don't even break a sweat for 15 minutes doing the spin class. So to compare to myself, I'm a lot fitter, I'm a lot healthier, I'm rocking the spinning class. Of course, I can always point at someone who is better than me. And
Yeah.
I'm looking at what they're doing and I try to copy them, and they are
Perfect.
inspiring me. But I,
Inspiration. Yeah.
because I always say, and this is what I always say to my students as well, to encourage them that when it comes to nails and lashes in the beauty industry, to not to compare yourself to me, because I'm not better than you. I'm just on a different stage at the exact same journey. Or when you are
Yes.
building, when we are trying to build their social media following and their social media engagement and their comments, because they don't get this the same engagement what I get. Yes, but it's not because I'm better than you. It's because I'm longer on this journey. We are on the same journey. I'm not better, you are not worse, you are not less. I'm just a little bit ahead, and you will get here. Maybe you will.
Yes. So being patient and letting things develop at the speed that they are supposed to be developing is something crucial for success, rather than I want to be a success overnight. Does it make
But
sense? Yeah.
like, in my opinion, you have to stop letting people make decisions for you, because
Oh,
people are always giving unsolicited advices. Seriously, I don't know if people get for that, or I have no idea, but you have to kind of go into this person. And to be honest, I was just thinking it the other day. I don't know when did it break, like when it broke in me, that you can tell me bad things about me, you can tell me good things about me. I always just take it in and just like, okay, what is the realistic part of this? And I don't get offended. I have never been getting offended easily, so it takes a lot to hurt me. But I always take it in and I always start to analyze it. Why did they say it? Maybe even if you tell something bad about me, I always consider that obviously you are not a bad person and you said that to me. I might, probably there is something that I triggered it in you. And
but it's the
this,
story anyway. It's their story.
yeah,
It's their story that we can take in to improve maybe, but don't get trapped into it because it's theirs.
how much is it my fault and how much is it a lesson for you to deal with? On the other hand, who is saying it?
Mm.
I'm just, like considering all these little details and then make my own decision, regardless of people might hurt or people don't like it. They don't have to like it. It's your decision. It's my decision. And this is where
Mm.
you can go on your journey and chasing your dreams and actually reach them, making your mistake and be okay with it.
Mm.
In the last week, yesterday I was sitting in front of my laptop because I had to prepare to another event when I'm speaking, and I have to give this empowering speech. And yesterday I was sitting with a glass of wine in front of my laptop, and I was like, I actually have chosen the worst week to because I have just the worst week. Business, financially, love life, health, everything came together. Everything crumbles at the same time, at least for me. Or maybe I'm just in this negative mindset and I'm attracting these challenges. But instead of crying over it, and instead of digging myself into this deep, deep, deep hole, now I know that it's my journey. This is part of my journey. This is part of my learning. Probably this is something big that I have to learn now, maybe about
Exactly.
maybe about myself. And I already have learned in the last 4 days that I'm pretty calm and I'm just sitting, no negative feelings. Obviously, when everything crumbles, hard to be positive, but I'm as positive as possible because I know that this is only a lesson. It's not going to last forever. It is going to
Mm.
change. And I know because I believe in me and I don't give the power to other people.
Oh,
I
that's
know
so powerful. Yes.
100% that it's going to change to the better, but it takes time. It
Yeah.
takes time.
So,
Just as it took time for me to finish the spinning class, from fighting for my life on the spin on the bike, this will take time.
yes. So it's about humbleness. Yeah. To say, well, this is the best that I can do today with what I have. It's about vulnerability. It's about, yeah, this is as much, and it takes time. So I'm not going to whip myself because of this. I'm going to allow myself. And overall, something that you said there that is amazing, amazingly powerful, is that this is not going to last forever. However, would you agree, Dorina, that for some people, these things do last forever? Something happened to them when they were 20, and then they're with that story over and over and over and over. And if you allow those stories to define you, then you'll be there forever. They will last forever.
But this is why I said that the power is in you. The power is in me to change it.
Exactly.
If
Yeah,
you
we
don't,
can kick it out.
it's very, very hard. to break a habit. It's very, very hard. And if you were, like, we can go back to childhood, or we can go back to even being in the belly when our mommy was pregnant with us. And there is so many things are affecting us emotionally and energetically.
Yeah.
And when we are growing up, there are so many programs that it sets in us. And don't forget that generations passing by the time we get to be adults and using those programs, but then they turn into incompetent because they are not valid anymore, but it's still our program. And if we don't change it, sometimes we can stick to the, oh my God, something happened to me, whatever.
Yeah. The victim program.
It's a very good expression that if you want to change, you're going to have to be sick of being sick. And if you're doing it, you are not sick enough of being sick, because you are not changing.
Yeah. You were saying before that it's very difficult to change these programs. However, don't you agree that it's difficult, maybe the first step, which is, I'm decided to change. I'm sick of this. I'm sick and tired, and I'm changing it. And that's the most difficult step. Then it's about observing ourselves, how we play the program over and over and change one thing at a time. I would like for everybody listening to this interview to think, oh, it's difficult to change them, I'm giving up. It's just a decision. If you're already watching these interviews because you want something different, and that's the most difficult part, so you've done it. Yeah.
What I always
one baby step.
What I always ask, and I actually have been practicing this exercise from very famous and very well-known people. If you are watching this, and if you think that you are not strong enough, and if you don't have enough power to change these things, then do me a favor, do yourself a favor, sit with a piece of paper and a pen and start writing down the things what you would like to change, you think you need to change, but sometimes you are just giving up on them. So write down how these things, it can be a bad habit, it can be anything, a thought, how these are affecting you. You are not getting enough money, you are not getting the raise, you are not getting health, you are not losing weight, you are not finding the love of your life, you don't have balance in your life, whatever. How is it affecting you? Now, just sit back and think of, if you keep doing this, if you keep telling yourself these bad programs, how your life is going to look like 5 years from now, how your life is going to look like 10 years from now, 30 years from now. And maybe if you are just, let's say, for example, I'm unhealthy now, I'm 36 years old, I'm just constantly, I don't know, gaining weight, and I'm very unhealthy. How is it, if I'm not changing now, how is it going to look like when I'm 50? I'm going to be taking so many medications. I'm going to be struggling with walking to the store. I won't be able to play with my dog. I'm not going, I will be a very bad body odor because I won't be able to reach my whatever. And just how is it going to affect, if you keep doing this, if you keep talking yourself out of the change? How is it going to look like when you're 80? Will you actually survive? Will you actually live until 80? And when you realize, like, that small thought, but you think that you can't, or that's very bad habit, but you think that you can't change, how is it going to affect your life in the future? And you might be having the power to rethink.
More inclined to change it. Plus, if we have a challenge, we have chosen that challenge. Let's say that it's wealth or health, for instance, as just to continue with the same example that you were saying. If it's health and it's because you're a smoker, for instance, and the challenge is to give up smoking, you chose that challenge to overcome it. And the person that you are on the other side of stop smoking is an empowered person And if you can say to yourself, I gave up smoking after 20, 30, 40 years, and now I can look at me. Look at me. The change of energy is just massive, and everyone around it, around that field of energy, will benefit from it. So we are given those challenges because we want those challenges.
And because it's pushing you out of your comfort zone.
Exactly. And we're here to grow, not to become smaller, because what's the point otherwise? What's the point? Yeah. You never see on stage, now that I think of it, when you see people on stage or people writing books or people talking on webinars, meetings, YouTube channels, whatever it is, normally the people interviewed are people who have overcome challenges, who are a better person now, who have something to share with the world. You don't really want to listen to some bellyacher who's been smoking for 40 years and now is dying on a bed and saying, oh yeah, I've been smoking all my life.
Yes, exactly.
So who do you want to be? Who do you want to be? That's very powerful, your reflection there. Yeah, who do you want to be? Who would you be without this?
Yeah,
exactly. Is that a person that you admire? Do you want to become that person? Well, then man up.
Yes, and this is the person you should compare yourself to.
Oh, that's so true.
Because if you are less than this person, then yes, this is like a healthy Dorina, a healthy, active, happy Dorina is very inspiring. Yes, I want to be like her, and that's somebody I should compare myself to, not the person who is like, I don't know, running the marathon because, oh, I don't do running, so why would I compare myself to? So it's just, yeah, know who you were a year ago or yesterday, and know who you want to be tomorrow or a year from now, and you compare yourself to those people.
Yeah, yeah, we can have some models to inspire ourselves, but we are different from everybody else. So let's be ourselves rather than somebody else. Yeah, and that's the best we can do. That's very, very wise for a Sunday morning.
Ah, well, we're all on a Sunday morning.
Wow, that's very powerful, Dorina. And for all those of you listening to this, I've known Dorina for a while now, and she does freaking walk the talk. She's not there just looking beautiful and pretty and saying very wise things that she learned in a Hallmark card. No way. She's walking the talk. I've seen her through thick and thin, and she does walk the talk. Amazing. Amazing.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for the floor to appear. I jumped from so high. I'm still waiting for the floor to appear. It will.
Maybe in the next lifetime it'll be there. But something that I am sure of, very sure of, Dorina, is that when you are in your deathbed, sorry, you will not think, oh, I wish I had tried that, because you would have tried everything.
This is actually one of my the things that I always say to myself, that yes, maybe I'm making mistakes, and I'm okay with it. I'm okay to make mistakes, and I'm okay to fall, because on that bad, I don't want to think what if. I don't want to think that, because it's going to be too late. So I want to smile, I want to be embarrassed, I want to laugh, and I want to say like, holy shit. But I don't want to ask myself like, what if? No.
What if? Yeah, forget about the what ifs. Let's go. Let's jump. Let's jump. Wow, very powerful. Very powerful. I've learned so much, Dorina. Listen, if people want to get in contact with you or learn from you, give us all your details and tell them what they can learn from you.
So you can learn from me. Well, we can laugh together a lot. Uh, and
I learned you're an entrepreneur now, and you
yeah,
can teach them, because I know what to do and what not to do to be successful, and paperwork and where to go and how to start, and you
so
know
you
all
can
that.
find me on my website, beautypreneur.ie. You can find me on Instagram also at beautypreneur.ie. You can find me on Facebook as well as my name. You can see it on the screen. That's my name. Or you
Dorina
can
Bas.
Facebook page, beautypreneur.ie on Facebook as well. Um, and you can join my training. It's going to be launched. I'm just finishing with my group in 2 weeks' time, so I'm going to open the doors soon again. I'm always taking just a certain amount of people to make sure that I can focus on them individually, to join us from Nada to Prada, the business and social media training for startup businesses. And basically, it's what I find that building block is missing from the big success, because everybody is teaching you how to make millions and how to make six figures, but nobody is telling you how to actually start a business. And I was like, thank you,
How to
I
go
know.
to the 3 figures and 4 figures before, right?
You know what? Just to zero, just to break even, because that can be
That's it.
challenging as well. And basically, I'm teaching over a 4 weeks period. I'm teaching everything from finding your ideal client, identifying your unique selling point, why you are so special, and why would people go to you instead of anybody else who is doing the exact same thing. It can be because I'm fair, because I'm not ashamed of, like that I have been failing. It may be because I'm funny, maybe because I wear pink. It could be so many things. Maybe because I'm curly. So many different things can make you stand out from the crowd, and we are going to find this.
Yes.
And we are learning about how to use and why is it very important to have websites and mailing lists, to actually combine with your social media existence. And if you don't have a website, then what else you can do, what alternative low budget or free alternatives there are to actually start. Because so many times people, I have so many students in the beauty industry. I'm teaching also eyelash extensions and nails, and so many people who are absolutely amazing at what they're doing. They are not starting their business because they are afraid to start, because they are waiting for it to be perfect.
Yeah.
It's never going to
So
happen.
it's no.
Perfect
It's
doesn't
should,
exist.
on the name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And what you teach, is it applicable to other businesses as well, not just the beauty industry?
I will be completely honest with you. I was designing it to the health and beauty industry. I have a lot of girls from the beauty industry, makeup artists, nail technicians, eyelash extension, lash artists, massage therapists, physio. I also have a lot of personal trainers I'm working with, and
Mhm.
we had a few people from different area, web designer. We had, I'm just checking now, because we had an influencer, we had a teacher, and because it's very really the basic of the business,
Mm.
and it's nothing specific, I would say that it can be applied to everyone. Now I'm working with a painter decorator, so I truly believe that it is going to work for him too. So very shy, but I would like to think that it does
Yeah.
apply to every business. Yet I'm completely honest, throughout the whole training, um, I didn't have that many people from outside the health and beauty industry to actually make a big conclusion. What I had so far, it's not many, but they were successful.
It's working. At least you can bring them to a certain point, which is common for any business, really.
Yes, exactly. So if you are not in the health and beauty industry, but you are thinking, just give me a text. let's talk about it. And I'm not gonna lie, if it's not for you, I usually say it, because I don't like to waste anybody's time, not mine, not yours. So if it's not working out, I'm going to let you know.
Yeah, well, integrity is something that is your first name. I know that. I know that. And what about Leaders in Heels? Anything you wanted to comment
Yeah,
about that?
Leaders in Heels is a little piece of my heart, because
Yes.
Leaders in Heels is actually coming on the 8th of March, which is Sunday
2020. 2020.
2020. It's the International Women's Day, and Leaders in Heels is a women empowerment day where we are showing absolutely amazing, inspiring women, sometimes not only women, who are just you and me, average people with
Regular
something
people.
extraordinary in their life, and what they're doing, and how they affect other people. And it's going to be happening from 10:30 on the 8th of March 2020, Sunday, in Dublin, O'Connell Street, in the Gresham Hotel. We are going to have amazing people. This year, it's beside female empowerment, is going to be about accepting yourself and body positivity, all size gorgeous, how to be happy with yourself, and how to see yourself, how beautiful you are. We have amazing speakers. We have a boudoir photographer, Vanessa. We have Sharon McCarthy, who is the founder of Size Gorgeous Management and the um, Miss Curvette Ireland celebration of curves. We have absolutely, we have Denise Robinson, who basically moved down from Belfast to Dublin at the age of 48, left everything behind and started a life from scratch. And by using social media with her Facebook page, she created a network of, I even get the goosebumps, a network of friends and relationships and a life that she is absolutely adorable, and she is just such an empowering woman. It's insane.
Beautiful.
It's absolutely
Beautiful.
beautiful day. So the ticket link, I can send you the link.
Yeah,
Uh,
sure. I'll put it under on there.
or the comment, and we still have tickets. It's not too late, I promise. Nobody is wearing masks. so so yes, so it's very exciting.
I can say that I attended the first Leaders in Hills event. It was amazing. It blew my mind. And unfortunately, I cannot be at this one because I'll be out of the country. I didn't know that well, I'll be teaching other people and I'll be empowering other people. And the next time I will not miss it. I will be there.
Next time
Thank you
you're
so
gonna
much, Dorina.
know that.
Say that again. Say it again.
And you're gonna have to speak on stage.
Oh my God, I would love that. It would be a privilege and an honor. Yes. Thank you so much, Dorina. This has been amazing. Thank you very much.